All right, fans, this is a new edition of Sports Inside and Out, Legends of Sports. I'm your host, Coach Chuck Hatcher, and we got a special boxing edition. That's right, the great boxing legends are going to be checking out, particularly headed up by former heavyweight champion, the James Bone Crusher Smith. That's right, former heavyweight champion and military veteran. That's right. And we did something very special. You know, our Champion for Champions piece is always geared toward the champions of our nation. Champions, sport champions, the great champions of sports, supporting the great champions of our country, our veterans, military, those that help make the game, and wounded warriors. Those that help us be safe here today. That's right, when we were asleep, they were awake making sure our way of life is safe. You know, we're so happy to have all of our sponsors who helped us. The Baker's Home sponsorship, and we got a great show. Enjoy listening to it and get back to us, and don't forget to like us on there so we can continue to bring you these great shows of the voice of the legends of sports. When legends speak, people listen.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. Mother Nature tends to really like precipitation around our events. We get snowed out twice, and tonight it's rain and fog. So we're glad everybody made it with us today. And our special guest today, fortunately, traveled here last night, nice and safe. Let me introduce our panel tonight. Of course, to my far right, in that lovely white sweater there, we know his wife probably dressed him because us guys can never look good on our own. We always have to have others pick it out. He is the voice behind Legends of Sports, Sports Inside Now podcast. He is Coach Chuck Hatcher. Coach, welcome, sir.
Thank you. So glad to be here. God bless. God bless.
20 years I've been in this business interviewing some of the greatest people in the world, and having Coach here will add to that. But every once in a while you get the diamonds that you just have to pinch yourself and say, I can't believe I had a chance to chat with this guy. To my right, former heavyweight champ, longtime boxer, great guy. Please welcome James Bone Crusher Smith. Gentlemen, it's such an honor to share the stage with both of you. I wasn't sure Mother Nature was going to actually get us together.
It was interesting.
It was interesting. So tonight's show, folks, hopefully if all works out, we will have another guest joining us later on. He'll pop up on the screen behind us if all works out. Also former heavyweight champ Ray Mercer will be joining us via video, hopefully before we end our time together. But tonight it's all about, we'll get started with the champ here, stories, how you guys met, and share some of the inside and out stories from inside the ring and outside the ring. And I can't wait for you to share the story about this beautiful belt back here. This is the real thing. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, but he'll share that as well. So Coach, why don't you start us off and talk about the champ and how we got here?
Our organization, our show, has been in existence for many, many years. We're part of the National Basketball Retired Players Association. All of us played professional basketball, played ball for a living here in the States. ABA, NBA, now WNBA. Harlem Globetrotter legends are involved, as well as overseas. I was fortunate enough to play professional basketball, not over here, Conus to Old Conus, but around the world, 14 countries. Very good to me. People don't realize I started my basketball in Tidewater, Virginia. People don't realize that.
No, really? So
I was doing the integration movement of the early 60s. I was one of the first basketball players to play in a predominantly white school in the South. A young man named Andy Heidelberg was, so that was at Northview High School. We were a member of what we call the originals. So, good friends of ours, which was Jesse Jackson and the guys were in A&T during that time. And I went on to become the first outstanding player in the city of Norfolk back in the 60s.
Okay.
First All-State, 25th in the country. First All-American ever come out of Virginia.
Right on.
For the Pepsi-Cola All-American, that was in conjunction on the same Pepsi-Cola All-American team with a good friend of mine. It's called Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It was Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor, sure.
Rick Mount and many of the other guys. So I went on and from that point. So I was very fortunate to played for the represent the United States in the service, went on to the Olympic trials, and was drafted into the ABA, and went on to play and coach around the world. And also was very fortunate to have my stepson, one of the 12th all leading scorers in the NBA. He was Dominique Wilkins, human highlight, Dominique Wilkins, and Gerald Wilkins.
Sure.
Dominique's with Hawks, Gerald, Knicks.
Yep.
Grandson, Damian, with Seattle and Golden State. So I was very fortunate. But as far as the guys, this is all we do. You know, we bring the greatest sports legends to the fans. We're the ones that created the game to make it what it is now. So what we do is be the voice of the legends, to be able to bring those who helped make the game of sports back and let the history of sports be known, because we're getting a lot distance between the current athlete and what it took for us to survive, to us to play, and to burn ourselves to a point that these kids now can have what they're having today. But it's our constituency, those that help remember us playing. This is we go to the cornerstone, I think we call it, Bowen. And we're not just involved with the greatest basketball players, top 300 greatest of all time, but we also have NFL. Some of our great friends, of course, some passed, but a lot of us are still here. Some of the antidotes.
It's a great
Tall
lineup.
Jones, Tony Dorsett, Art Mark, Joe Williams, a few of the guys.
Coach, I want to interject something here. You mentioned the ABA.
Yeah.
And what tends to happen is we tend to reference things based on the age of the audience that are probably sitting here thinking, ABA, isn't that ABBA the singing group? No. It's not ABBA the singing group. The American Basketball Association existed before they merged with the NBA. Okay, so I just want to clarify that historically for everybody. But
right.
I think, and both of you, Champ, I want to get your take on this. You know, Coach touches on something I think is pretty important. That's the history.
History of the game, yeah.
The history of all the sports, that between those when you guys were in your heyday to today, I think history is lost on today's professional. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. And, but, you know, my goal is to work with the young kids coming up. I have a program called Champions for Kids. It's a nonprofit. And I just signed a young boxer that's going to be having his pro debut here soon. So I look forward to working with him and also working with other young fighters.
Right on. I think it's important that today's athletes on all levels understand how those before them were able to do the things to make things happen for them, like these multi-million-dollar contracts. I mean, that's a whole other topic for another show, I'm sure. But, you know, it's interesting. So it was in 1981, Champ, that you got your start in boxing, right? Is that right?
First
Professional boxing match was 81.
professional fight
What was that like for you the first time?
on ESPN, and I got knocked out.
I'd ask, what do you remember about it then?
You know, in national TV, you know, to fight and lose your first fight on national TV, you have to do a little soul searching and is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? So I thought about it, and I thought that, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just went back to work. I mean, I went to work, and I reached out to a young man to be my trainer, Eno Griffith, 6-time world champion. So, and he told me, he says, if you do what I tell you to do, you can be the champion of the world. So I tried to do exactly what he told me to do, and I became heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right. That's right. Coach, what's your thoughts on the history and getting started on the path to success when you lose or you don't get the start you expected?
It was rough.
And what it takes, right?
It was rough, you know, when we came up, see, they had a thing called a quota in the NBA.
Okay.
Couldn't have no more than 4 blacks on the team.
Okay.
And was not a lot of jobs. And the first team that was able to break that crust was the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
With a dear friend of mine that's passed now, Sam Jones, and some of the other guys. And we came up, and it was real rough. And the ABA, it was an answer to the NBA because it gave guys jobs who couldn't get jobs.
Right.
And it gave us to be able to express ourselves. Guys like Spencer Haywood, who was the Spencer Haywood's which cause of it, but people don't realize what you're seeing today is the ABA.
Right.
our game, or the way we play game, running fast, the three-pointers, that started with us.
Right.
And we have close to 1/3 of the NBA Hall of Famers come from the NBA. You know, Julius Erving,
Oh,
George
Julius
Gervin.
Erving was probably the most famous to come out of the
He
ABA at
was
that
the-
time, right?
He was the
As
reason
part of the
for, he was the
Nets.
reason for the merger.
Right.
Right here in Virginia with the Virginia Squires, which people don't realize that that was probably one of the most top 5 greatest basketball teams, starting teams in the history of the league.
Okay.
You had George Gervin, Julius Erving, Charlie Scott, 3 Hall of Famers on the same team starting. And Jimbo Eakins, one of the greatest coaches, the first African-American coach in the NBA was Ray Scott.
Okay.
And he was with the Detroit Pistons. He was the coach that created the Bad Boys.
Right.
So, you know, all of it came. So it's really interesting because when we left here, then we were, the things were overseas. And then after the merger, the NBA took the ABA only for 2 reasons: Julius Erving and George Gervin.
Right. The Iceman.
You know, so the merger came up with a dear friend of ours, Oscar Robinson, and we came up with Dave Bing and a lot of the guys came up with this what you call the free agent draft. And when the free agency came up, Oscar Robinson is personally, him and Spencer Haywood, are responsible for all the guys making the money that they did today.
Right on.
People don't realize I signed for a $5,000 bonus, which was great back then.
Sure, sure.
$15,000 a season.
Right.
Oh my gracious. You know?
Put that in perspective.
And now these guys spend 15 grand for lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it petered out to a point that we were able to go overseas and play. But the thing that we had, and when James became such a favorite of ours, because we came up hard.
Right.
You know, we roughed it up hard. You know, we played in snow. We played on pushing snow off and guys
courts.
with cars coming out there on the basketball court. They
Right.
give us lights.
Right.
Peach fields. But the kids now, we go back, like Bone said. We look back to them. Now, one thing for sure, they do respect us. So that's why we have a saying says,
Right.
when legends speak, people listen.
Absolutely.
So true. Because when we talk to these guys, they realize that they're there because of us.
Sure.
And we tell them how to get there, what to do, how to talk, how to. Sometimes they listen, but you know, it's a brand. You got to learn to create a brand,
Right.
nourish that brand, because that sticks with you for life.
Right.
The game don't. So you know,
And
it's the
they're
same.
dealing with things today that you guys didn't have to deal with called social
Man,
media.
Social media is
Right.
Man, we were on. Listen, we had when we started. What was the old sneakers? Pro Kids.
Yeah, the kids, right?
We used to get Pro Kids, and that was part of our contract because a lot of us had to still do camps and clinics to still
Right.
make a living.
Sure.
But we used to get our trunk full up in Wilt Chamberlain, Wally Jones, Billy Cunningham. We started off with our organization up there with the Philadelphia 66ers. And when we got there, all of us had these big contracts, but it was sneakers.
Right.
So we would go out to a community where kids had no shoes on their feet and give them sneakers.
Yep.
And I said, now if you do this, we'll help you come back and teach you how to play ball or help you in school. The National Stay in School program started
Right.
from that point.
So, Champ, did you ever give out boxing shoes to anybody?
No.
You know, can I tell you one thing? Bo said one thing. He hit a guy so hard. We were just kidding around. And the guy said, well, first of all, Tyson said he hit him the hardest he ever been hit in his life. First
That
time
says
he
a
knocked
lot.
him down.
That's a lot.
His fist is
Wait, can you make
ridiculous.
it? Yeah, I was going to say, look at
Yeah,
that ham
it's
hock.
ridiculous.
Okay,
But-
that's not a fist, that's a tree trunk.
Bone,
Okay.
Bone used to get so excited.
But make a fist
And
on this
mad.
side. Make a fist on,
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, this guy used to get so angry at his, oh my gracious. He'd turn like it's an exorcist or something. And he would.
I think some guy's
yeah.
head is still spinning somewhere.
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
was his head. And Bo was famous for the haymaker. And he hit a guy so hard, the guy forgot that he was knocked out.
Yes. Wait a minute, that's a great segue. And
I mean, the
watched-
guy started running away. He said, "Oh, wait a minute."
Wait, right, sorry, he fell down 5 feet later. I think we have a little video. I don't know if we have that queued up, but I think we have a video that you like to call your greatest hits.
Yeah, James got it.
And I watched this when you sent it over originally, and I could see just why I was in pain watching the video, right? You would wind up like behind your ear with that haymaker that coach just referenced, and when that connected with your opponent, I felt it through the video. I mean, where did you develop such power?
My goal was to take the left ear and drive it into the right ear. And I knew if it didn't get all the way over there, he'd be like Elvis Presley. He'd be all shook up.
All right. Pay attention to the board if you would behind us. You could talk. We have a video screen right here in front of
Yeah.
us. So feel free to share some commentary. I mean, look at the intensity in your eyes in this piece right here.
Great hit.
No, there's intensity. Did you see that look?
That's
like someone stole your lunch.
Frank Bruno in London.
That's Frank Bruno in London, okay? I mean, look at that right. You're just,
Bruno was 20-0 with 20 knockouts. He knocked out everybody.
wow. I mean, it's just amazing how far back you reach for your power.
That's when I won the title. That's Tim Woodley's team.
And I can't
First
wait to
round
share
knockout.
that story about how you got into this match in the first place. Where's Carlo Moore? Where's Carlo? Carlo back there. He's a former Navy TV box for a while back there. Yeah, and I could see his smile from here looking at this video, right, Carlo? Red was your color. You were always in red trunks, right?
Blood.
This way it blended in, right? Wow. That's in Wembley Arena
Yeah.
in England, London.
That's the 10th round.
Oh, body shots. Oh, look at that. Holy cow.
Where did I get the energy from? 10th round?
Are you getting tired now just watching it?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me you're not feeling those hits watching this video. I mean, right? The ropes, he's not. Look, he just went down, yeah. The ropes held him up. That was the Rocky approach to staying in the fight, just lean against the ropes, right?
Madison Square Garden. First round knockout. Tim Woodley.
That's right. This was
Raised
1986.
the rudder.
When you saw a guy go down, did you ever want to yell timber? I was just wondering, watching that last one.
Please stay down.
Please stay.
Mike Tyson.
That was a right hand by Smith. That actually backed Tyson up. That was the best punch of the fight. We thought we would see that in the first 10 seconds, not in the last 10 seconds.
Did you go to the distance with him?
I took him 12 rounds. Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes, jeez. Look at that left. When you watch yourself like this, is it like an out-of-body experience for you to
I
watch
still
yourself?
get excited.
See, that's good. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps just watching that.
You know, one thing I'd like to add to what Aaron is doing, collaborating our show, Sports Inside and Out, and you have such a great news media in the New England area, particularly in the Hampton Roads, Sky 4 Television.
Let's give it up for Sky 4.
Lockwood. We've
I'll send you a bill for that, by
our
the way.
national program now, with all of our guys, we have close to 550 of the greatest legends and Hall of Famers in sports in our organization. Top tier of all. From track and field, from Bob Beeman, Janet Jonah Kersey, to John Carlos and all, to Bone, who heads up our boxing division. We're so happy, not only through Kathy Avett and Amanda, as spearheading and talking us, we now have a national show that can be homed on one station. Now, this station is not NBC, it's even, it is a great, great independent station that we can work with independently all around the country. So now, this particular area will be the home of the great legends of sports. So we're combining with Aaron to be the spearhead, or what you call the tip of the spear, of some of the greatest shows and athletes and heroes that's in the international sports world. You'll be having those type of individuals, from the greatest in basketball, the greatest in football, greatest in tennis, boxing, or whatever it may be. We're very high up on the concept of targeting through the efforts of Sky 4 and our other great contributors to bring in with someone like Aaron, who has the charisma and definitely has the talent to be able to blend and bring our stories to bear, that we're going to collaborate with them for our Champions for Champions program in supporting the veterans and wounded warriors around the country, but we're bringing sports inside and out through the auspices of Sky 4 and utilizing, oddly enough, we're so impressed with this particular venue. We will be discussing with Tim and, of course, Aaron about making this our remote broadcast venue that we'll be able to bring our great legends of sports to the Virginia Beach, Virginia. So we'll be working with whoever they show desire for us to be able to connect. But we'll be doing these live broadcasts now, streaming all over the world. We're broadcasting us out of Kenya, Nairobi, Tanzania, and Uganda now. And that's the type of impact we're going to bring to make sure this is, we're very happy. With my lovely wife, Maxilla.
I'm humbled by being part of this, and
Yeah.
my wife is in the audience. You have my agent online, right? You did get all of that, so we can then have them call Sky 4, right? Okay. Right, double zero is still zero, isn't it?
And give a
My
great
math?
hand
Okay.
to my wife, Maxilla.
Yeah, where's
who's
the?
brought us
That's right.
It's a long ways
Oh,
over
she's
there.
over there somewhere. Oh,
Is
she's
she over there with
she's up
Kathy
in the
and
back.
them?
We have Rodney up there who's running all the
Well,
buttons
that
and
is a
everything.
great,
Where's Rodney? He's
great-
back there. So we got a great
Yeah.
crew here. And
Yes, good.
wow, listen. That's exciting news. Somebody's phone is ringing. It must be my agent calling me saying, "Did you get all of that?" I don't know. What's that? You're my agent. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. But speaking of collaborations, though, I would be remiss if I didn't want to thank our sponsors who made this show possible tonight.
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
First of all, let's thank Comfort Care Home Care Virginia Beach right there in the front row.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen their commercial, they have the best commercials. You can go on to Aaron's Hour on podcast on Facebook. Is their 30-second previous commercial, but their 60-second updated commercial is fantastic. So give them a call at 757-734. There's your logo on the screen behind us. 0426. Second, unfortunately, the Clarence Baker could not make it, but Baker's Home here in Norfolk and up in Northern Virginia, they assist those who need some recovery help. So we want to thank Baker's Home as well.
Great organization. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I have their script here. I would be remiss, otherwise he'll fire me if I don't use this. So are you battling with addiction or have had suicidal thoughts? If you are and want help, there are people who can help you right now. The licensed professionals at Baker's Home are available to provide the proper crisis stabilization program you need most to recover and get back on track. If you are in the Hampton Roads or Roanoke areas, call 757-569-9005. Baker Home offers support for substance abuse, mental health crisis and skill building, and physiological rehabilitation. Call Baker's Home again at 757-569-9005. Quote, "We're glad you're still here. Keep holding on because we'd like to help." And last but not least, we'd like to thank Elite Financial Services. There they are up there, Laurel. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, CEO of Elite Financial Service LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corp and C Corp, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit, and everything else under the sun. And for those ready to step into the industry, they also teach taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. And Comfort Care Virginia Beach can help with as much or as little home care as you need, from medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let Comfort Care create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life. Call 757-734-0426 today to schedule your consultation. So please thank our sponsors again.
All right.
By doing that, I can now be paid. So, no, I'll tell you what, I've been very blessed to have a great relationship with Comfort Care and Tiffany, and of course her husband Craig next to her, Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Services Extraordinaire. Elite, I just met them courtesy of Eli over there, and Baker, Clarence, I met because of our connection. So again, this is what he's talking about when we bring in all the folks that we have at our disposal as an affiliation to bring guys like Bone Crusher to the forefront and have an opportunity to chat with you. All right, so let's get back to it. So I want to know the story, Crusher, from you, because I've heard it from Coach before. How did you guys meet?
Oh, Lord.
See why I asked the champ on this one? This is why I asked the champ.
It's been a long time, but
So give your version.
well, Coach was promoting you some events and stuff, and he called me. I don't know exactly how he got my number, but
I got it
he
through.
he called me up and he asked me to participate, and I did, and that was a long time ago.
Oh, my
I forget how many years it was. It's been
I met him with,
many years.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Coach.
Sam Jones from the Hall of Fame. We were doing something, and then we were doing something to help the veterans. And people didn't realize that Bone is the first heavyweight champion to ever have a college degree. He's a college graduate. First, you know. So we were getting involved in Wally Jones, Hall of Famer, co-host of our show. And we were doing some things for the Super Bowl. We did Super Bowl every year with Nick Nicolosi and all the greats from Jim Brown and all the guys, all the Redskins. That's how I got into the Redskins and Dallas Cowboy thing. And then a good friend of mine named Fred the Hammer Williams. So we were trying to get some things together for golf. Mm-hmm. And we had.
Who's got a better golf game?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I just
both
like
have walkers.
Yeah, but it came in. He used to go to all the games. You never.
Champ, if I was a golf ball and I saw you walking up to hit me, man, I'd roll off that tee so fast they wouldn't know it hit him. Based on what that video just showed a few minutes ago.
Listen, believe me, when he got on the golf course, he got a lot of room.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure he did.
But it was good. That's basically how it got started.
Right on.
This guy, and he fell in love with Harlem Globetrotters. All the guys love him to death, and he's such a sincere guy. He is probably the most extroverted boxing champion you could find because he's real. Mm-hmm. He's a good actor. Mm-hmm. He's extremely intelligent. Extremely. His IQ is something.
That chuckle you just heard was from his new
I'll
brother,
knock you
I think,
out.
back here.
But he also negotiated with you for a
Yeah.
while, so. But he's good, and I think when he was living in Palm Springs, we met. Was it Palm Springs? Yeah, Palm Springs. No, it wasn't.
I didn't live in Palm Springs,
What was
but
it?
I met a young lady from Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, he was very promiscuous.
On the next edition,
He was promiscuous during that time.
And we went over to see John Carlos.
John Carlos, that's right. The great John Carlos. Who would be here? John Carlos and Bob Beamon, the greatest two Olympians in history, will be coming in. Matter of fact, we're coming in pretty soon. Before
Absolutely,
the
that'll be the next
Olympics.
event.
Yeah.
Tim, did you get all of that? We're coming back, Tim.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Champ, I want to share this, and again, this is what I'm going to share with you is based on Wikipedia, which is only as good as what somebody puts in there.
Yeah.
So listen to this record. You had 62 fights, 44 wins, 32 by knockout. You did have 17 losses, including that very first one of yours. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that back up. And you had one draw. Who the heck was that against?
I can't remember.
Oh, Was it somebody who forgot that you knocked him out?
Yeah.
That's what it was. What's your most memorable win? Obviously the championship, of course, aside, but who was your most memorable, would you say?
I think Frank Bruno, because
Okay.
I flew to London and fought him at Wembley Arena.
Right.
And at that time, he was 20-0 with 20 knockouts. He had knocked out everybody. And there was about 50 media people that met me at the airport, Heathrow. And so I said, why Frank Bruno is not here to meet me in his country? And they said, well, we don't know. I said, just for that, I'm going to knock him out. And one of them said, James, how do you feel you're going to knock Frank out? He has knocked out every American that has come over here. I said, you ever heard of a guy named LL Cool J? Yeah. Mama said knock you out. So I did knock him out in the last round.
Very good. Absolutely. Love it. Who back in those days, who would you like to have fought that you never got a chance to meet? Who ducked you, basically?
Nobody.
I was trying to set it up for something delicious here, and it just didn't go.
Nobody. I mean, I fought all the guys.
Was there any fights that came
on
to
that
you?
banner right there? I fought 10 world champions on that banner right there.
Wow.
And I fought three of them twice. Larry Holmes twice, Tim Witherspoon twice, who I beat for the title.
Yep.
And Mike Weaver twice.
So let's
And
talk.
Tyson when he was.
Yeah.
But he was a fighter, not a biter.
For all you Mike Tyson fans out there, you can send your email to bonecrushersmith at... Yeah. Okay. I guess there's an event coming up soon that Evander Holyfield and those guys will be here. We'll see what the remnants of Tyson's evidence will be at that point, won't we?
I think I'm coming back.
Okay.
I think I'm coming to that.
Okay, well, there. See, that's an exclusive, because we were talking about it before we went on the air, and there is an event coming up March 19th, right? I'm looking at Eli because he's involved in this event, and then May 30th, right, is a fight. He's not getting back in the ring to fight in that event, by the way. But yeah, that's great. So he'll be back in the area for these events, which is great for
Well,
everybody.
we hope to have Sky 4 be a part. We will broadcast. Any of our legends, we will definitely.
Do they know that? They're over there conversing right now in the huddle, like, I didn't know we have to do this. We'll make it work.
Well,
figure
you'll be
it out.
there, so you.
Well, that's good. That's good that we have reasons to have you back in and around the boxing. Yeah. So let's talk about that fight that you won in Madison Square Garden. I love the story. So talk about, if you will, how you shared with me the story behind winning that championship belt.
Well, when I was about 6 years old, I was a little crybaby. It's hard. Looking at me now, it's hard to believe I was ever little and a crybaby. I ended up fighting 10 world champions. I fought 3 of them twice. But I had convinced myself I was not going to school. But nobody told my mom and daddy, so they had me dropped off my first grade teacher's class, crying, kicking and screaming, telling my teacher, I don't like you, I don't want to be here, and I'm going home to my mom and daddy. So I started running from my teacher. Once my teacher caught me, she started whooping me with a fan belt. Do y'all know what a fan belt is? It makes a car run. It made me run too. I got mad with my teacher. She sent a note by me to my mama, and the rule was if I got a whipping at school, I was going to get at least one more when I got home. Odell, which is my real middle name, go get me a switch. And ladies and gentlemen, I was smart even back then. I got the smallest switch I could find. Mama broke that switch. She looked at me. She said, I said, go get me a switch. So I had to go back in the woods and get a bigger switch. Now, turn around, Odell. She would hit me with that switch. She was pronouncing words. Didn't I tell you if you got a whooping at school, I was going to whoop you too? I got mad with my mama. Daddy came home. Daddy whooped me with his belt. So at age 6, I made 2 decisions. 1, I was going to school. And 2, if I ever got grown, I was going to whoop some people. I whooped a lot of people in my time. But every now and then I got whooped. But the maddest I've ever been was December 1986. I was suing the great promoter Don King because he had promised me a world title fight, and he didn't give it, so I got me another promoter. And he started pursuing me for breach of contract. So December 1986, he calls me. Bone Crusher, this is Donald King. I pretended I didn't hear him. I said, who? He said, this is Don King. I said, hey, Don, how you doing, brother? He said, Bone, Santa Claus is going to be good to you this year. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I'm going to give you that world title fight. I'm going to give you some money. I said, well, that's awesome, Don. I said, Don, who is the fight with? When is it, and where is it going to be? He said, well, I got some bad news, Bone. I said, what's that? He said, the fight is going to be against the guy that beat you last year, Tim Witherspoon. And my mind immediately went back decades. And I remember those whippings I got from my teacher, my mama, my daddy, and the year before in Las Vegas, Witherspoon. Witherspoon beat me all across the ring from pillar to post. I said, Don, when is this fight? And where is it going to be? He said, Bone, the fight is going to be on HBO. You got a chance to show the world who you are, Bone Crusher, on HBO. I said, Don, when is this fight? And where is it going to be? He said, Bone, the fight is going to be at Madison Square Garden, New York. And it's going to be next week. I said, Don, you mean to tell me you're going to give me a 7-day notice to fight a guy? And the last time I had plenty of time to train and get ready, and he beat me all across the ring from pillar to post? He said, yeah, take it or leave it. I said, well, Don, can you give me a minute to think about it? Yeah. I said, well, Don, I was old when I started, 28, when I had my first pro fight. But I'm thinking about taking this fight, Don, because I have a dream. I'm not Martin Luther King, but I have a dream, Don. After I knock Witherspoon out, I'm going to write a book called Mad Making Decisions, because I'm mad with you and Witherspoon. And I can visualize many years from now, I'm going to be down in a place called Virginia Beach, and I'm sitting on a stage, and I'm sharing this story with a bunch of people, and they listen, they laughing, and they can't hardly believe it. That's y'all.
We made the book. Yes.
So I took that fight on the 7-day notice because 7 is God's perfect number. He created the world in 6 days, but on the 7th day he rested. I said, you know, if I hit Witherspoon right, I'll put him to sleep, and I'll tell the story for the rest of my life. And my goal, what's your name, ma'am? Amy. Amy, my goal was to take Amy's left ear and drive it to the right ear with this right hand right here. I knew if it didn't get all the way over there, he'd be like Elvis Presley. He'd be all shook up. I knocked him down 3 times in the first round on the 7-day notice. 3 times in the first round to win that belt.
It's over here behind us.
Behind me. And because I had gone to college, Coach mentioned a while ago, I became the first college grad to become heavyweight champion of the world. I became the first heavyweight to win the title at Madison Square Garden. And then the next year, I became the first guy to take Mike Tyson 12 rounds when he was a fighter and not a biter.
If you'd like, I have a perfect place in my home. I could keep this for safekeeping for you every time you come here. I know.
Yeah, I heard about that bat pass.
No, but she didn't bring her big pocketbook anyway, so anyway.
Just for kind of stepping out on faith, you know, and I want to encourage people, and I want to thank my brother for coming.
Yeah, where is he? He's back here. There he is, back there.
That's my baby brother, and I want to thank Archie and Renee for coming. They're local. All 3 of them are local, and I'll be back. But I want to encourage everybody. Everywhere I go, I'm a minister too, so I want to encourage everybody to have faith and believe that Jesus died for us, that we could live. He gave his life so we could have life. And we want to spend eternity somewhere. And we don't want to be down there where it's hot. We want to be upstairs where it's cool. So so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just want to encourage people. And so thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's give it up for the champ. So after you won the title from Witherspoon, who was your first defense against?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
How much? So you had 7 days to prepare to win the belt. How
Yeah.
much time did you have to prepare to defend the belt?
3 months.
So but 3 months is a normal time.
But that was
period
Mike
for-
Tyson.
No,
He was 21.
right.
Knocking everybody out.
What's a normal time to prep for any fight normally, traditionally? How much time do you normally get between fights? I mean, I know.
I fought on a regular basis. Now, I took 2 fights within a week.
Really? Okay.
I fought twice within a week.
Okay. How'd you
So-
do in those 2 fights?
I won both of them.
Okay. So there's something to be said for less, so basically, less prep time can actually work in your favor.
Well, that's not usual. That's not a usual
Well, with a
process.
ham hock like your hand,
That's
it's
not
going to
a-
make it usual.
That's not a usual process. That's very unusual.
How was training for fights when you were fighting versus today, for today's fighter? Have they changed much, the philosophies and prep?
Well, I think each generation, the guys, I think back in the day, they fought for less money.
Right.
And in my time period when I fought, we fought a little more money. But now, the money is crazy, so the guys won't even get in shape to fight now. So
They almost don't have to in a way because they're going to
they
get
can
their
fight
payday.
one fight.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody asked me about, what do you think Mike Tyson's fighting again? He's fighting Mayweather. He's going to do an exhibition with Mayweather. And somebody asked me today, I said, well, you know what? I bet both of those guys will make $100 million.
Really?
Just on that, that's not even a real fight. It's an exhibition.
Yeah.
But they're 2 of the biggest names in boxing. So because of that,
You got the draw power.
they're going to demand $100 million. And you know what?
They'll get it.
We're going to watch it.
Maybe. Who's televising it?
I don't
Is Sky
know.
4 televising it?
No words.
I'm trying, Kathy. I'm trying. Kathy over there, she's the GM for Sky 4 over there, and Amanda.
Well, it's
so-
got something pretty close to it coming, probably, hopefully.
Yeah.
A dear friend of ours, actor Tim Reed, is
Mm-hmm.
working with us now in Africa, and matter of fact, he had some input of us getting to Scott 4.
Yeah.
So,
Tim Reed from WKRP in
Yeah.
Cincinnati, for those who don't know.
he's
Venus
an
Flytrap.
award-winning actor, great.
Yep.
He's producer.
Yep.
Him and his Daphne, his lovely wife, and we're going to be doing something in Nairobi, in Kenya,
Okay.
this weekend. And the boxing thing is hooked up. But I talked to Tim today,
Right.
and he said, "Listen, we heard about the Tyson Merriweather thing."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I've already contacted one of his good friends, a guy named Chris Tucker, actor Chris Tucker, and they're over there now, and they're going to actually do a retro series, and hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to stream that from Sky 4 to the network there in Nairobi that he's talking about. Kathy, please forgive me, this just happened today." So, and Max Zilzer said, "What?"
Are you taking notes over there?
But they're going to have Bone Crusher. It's going to be, since he's the lead in our cadre for Legends of Sports,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be highlighting because Africa had a great legacy of boxing
Mm-hmm.
and games and fights. So Bone and Buster Douglas are going to start off the preliminary contingent for bringing the remnants of Remember the Day, Remember When, bringing those games and fights and sessions from Nairobi broadcasting, streaming back to the States. And Tim said today, so let's see what we can do with Sky 4 about the stream. So that happened today. I'm terribly sorry.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not sorry.
But it is a great opportunity that I think is very, very well due, particularly for this region.
Absolutely.
You know, this puts Tidewater into a whole different trajectory,
For sure.
and especially coming from someone like my dear friend Aaron.
Oh, thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate that. You know what I think we should do? Believe it or not, we've almost got an hour in. Can you believe it? Hopefully
we
we'll
see.
hear from Ray Mercer soon, that he'll be able to join us. You know what I'd like to do? Would you be okay if we open up, if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask you directly?
Sure.
All
Okay.
right. So does anybody have any, you want me to put this on the table in my back pocket? I mean, on the
Thank
table
you.
behind us
Thank
over
you.
here? I'm sorry. I got it on the
Wife
stick.
said no.
What's that?
Your wife said no.
My wife's here?
Would anyone like to ask me a question?
Questions? Come on, Carlos. Come on, Carlos. I know you got it. Carlo, stand up, Carlo. Carlo, stand up. Carlo Moore back there. He's a Navy chief. He boxed for the Navy. I had him on my podcast last week, and when we told him about this event, let me tell you, he's still smiling from last Saturday, knowing he was going to come and have a chance.
Wow.
So,
You know a guy named Pettigrew?
Carlo, thank you for your service, first of
Do
all.
you know a boxer named Pettigrew?
Say that again,
Do
sir.
you remember a boxer named Pettigrew? from Hampton Roads was
A boxer by the name of Pettigrew?
All
And the-
Navy boxer.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. My question for Bone Crack is just crazy for me being here because my grandfather used to have me sit down and watch all the fights in front of on HBO Sports, the Frank Bruno fight in particular, the Tim Witherspoon fight. So just being there and being in the same room as you is an honor. So when you fought Tyson, was there? I always was curious about this because Tyson I think he was 21 old.
21.
Yep, 21 years old. Was there because Don King was promoting Tyson? Did they?
He was promoting me too.
Yeah, so did they try to like set you up to bring Tyson's stock up because you had just won the title?
Well, HBO had a unification. So when we fought, I was a WBC champion, and he was a WBA champion. So they were trying to make one champion. They had 3 champions. Tyson was a WBC. I was WBA, and
There was an IBF.
IBF was what's his name? I'll think about it in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So Tyson ended up beating both of us. So
Yeah.
he had all 3 belts.
And that's what made him undisputed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just crazy to be in the same room as you. But
He's
thank
in,
you.
he's
thank
in
you.
Gaga land right now, champ. Thank you, Carlo. Appreciate it. So actually, talking with Carlo and his military background, let's talk about some of the military experiences you've had. I mean, part of the Champions for Champions program, as we've promoted it, is that the Champions for Champions is a way to give back to our veteran community.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the experiences that you guys have had with military and giving back, and where would you like to start with that and share some of those
that's
experiences?
one of the reasons why we
Yeah.
got involved was through Brigadier General Dwayne Williams
Okay.
and Lieutenant General Prokop, I think it was.
Okay.
And we were representing the Pentagon all around the world and going to the different military bases and doing exhibitions, signing autographs, sometimes doing shooting games. And we had on tour with us Ed Too Tall Jones, Ricky Sanders, Billy Joe Dupree.
Wow.
We had Art Monk, Tony McGee. I can't think of what, anyway, but that's, and then we will always come back and do the boxing thing. But being that Bone was a heavyweight champion that represented the veterans
Right.
of the world, Bone came up, so he came in right behind that series tour.
Okay.
And he started off at the first one, and Bone, we ain't looked back. I think he became the draw because he was a veteran.
Sure. Sure.
So we had him from the Army, then we went to the Air Force, Navy.
Mm-hmm.
We started touring most of the, what you call, Oconus and Guam, Philippines, and things of that nature. But Bone was very instrumental in uniting the Department of Veteran Affairs in getting what we're doing now with Champion for Champions. And we're very proud to have Rodney, our producer, who does work with the veterans and Champion for Champions, to be able to bring all of the great champions to the diaspora of veterans. We had Sam Jones, great veteran.
Right.
Lenny Wilkins, great veteran. JoJo White, Hall of Famer of the Celtics, great veteran. Robert Reed, great veteran. Bone Crusher. I mean, you know, it was a great leeway into it, and Bone became the epitome of it because they could identify what they call the ultimate warrior, the ultimate warrior. So that's where he came into it. He's a pickable of exactly what he is. We're very proud of him, man.
Absolutely.
He's become what we call the legends in sports. If you earn to live in playing a child's game,
Right.
even fighting,
Absolutely.
you learn to give something back
Right.
one way or another, because you're still a child at heart.
Oh, absolutely.
And we are. That's why we love being around people and kids.
Absolutely.
So what we do now is doing it another way, mix it up a little way so we can be appreciative to the demographics that we came up with. that remembered us. So this is why we give it back and finding a place to give it back. So talking for Bone, I can't, but this guy, he's so special. I can say also that some of the other guys, Buster is a great cat.
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas, and, Riddick Bowe, we did a lot with Riddick, but this guy is always been the people of the epitome, I should say,
Right.
of legend in boxing. He's loved in every jogger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what's great about this community here, Champ, is that, in Tidewater, you can't throw a stone without hitting a veteran because of the
Amen.
Navy Yard and,
Amen.
everything that's
And
here.
hearing all
So-
these planes, man.
That's right.
God, ooh.
Thank goodness they're quiet with the fog tonight, otherwise they'd be flying over tonight. But what's your biggest joy that you want to see to do to honor veterans today with this platform or any platform? What would you like to see done to honor veterans? Whether you or Big Scope, whatever it is.
Well, I think we can support the veterans, salute them, and, I'm very excited about, doing what I can to support veterans, and then they can call on me if they have any questions, kind of go like that.
And as I look around the room, and I know half the people in this room personally, 1, 2, 3. Were you in the military at all, Craig? No, but I got one. Nikki, were you in the military? Okay, so I know, Carlo, I know you already. I know you. So I got through. Were you in the, raise your hand if you were in the military at all, or have a family member that was, okay. So more than half this room, 3/4 of this room is connected to the military veterans somehow. Case in point of what we're just talking about, that bringing something like this to the forefront, bringing an opportunity for you, Champ, and Coach, and all those names that you talked about, to come forward to do something like this as a thank you to veterans, to share your stories, to share the history of what you gentlemen have done in your own respective or industries, is a treat all unto itself. And I, for one, who've never served, to sit here in awe of the stories and the experiences that both of you gentlemen can share with an audience, in my mind, is priceless. So again, let's thank these individuals for spending some time tonight with us as well. All right, speaking of which, because I promised them I would do this, I want to just go through the cycle again and thank those who helped bring this show forward tonight. Of course, Comfort Care of Virginia Beach, they're here down in the front. Thank you very much. Comfort Care for Virginia Beach can help with as much or as little home care as you need, from medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let Comfort Care create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible. Call 757-734-0426 today to schedule a consultation. And truth be told, when you dial that number, you probably get my wife answering the phone because she is their office manager. Oh, is that your cell number? Is that your cell number? Or is that the office number? Okay, most of the time you'll get my wife answering the phone. Oh, okay. See, she's always working. She takes her work serious. Anyway, if you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, CEO of Elite Financial Services, LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corp and C Corp, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, and securing real business funding. And for those ready to step into the industry, they teach taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. And last but certainly not least, are you battling with addiction or have had suicidal thoughts? If you are and want help, there are people who can help you right now. The licensed professionals at Baker's Home are available to provide the proper crisis stabilization program you need most to recover and get back on track. If you are in the Hampton Roads or Roanoke areas, call 757-569-9005. Baker's Home offers support for substance abuse, mental health crisis and skill building, and psychosocial rehabilitation. I hate words that takes me a second to say. Call Baker's Home at 757-569-9005. We're glad you're still here. Keep holding on, and we'd like to help. Thank you again to all of our sponsors for bringing Bone here, and of course, Coach Hatcher and the rest of the team.
Out Legends of Sports.
Yes.
Is the collaborator with Aaron. 757. And of course, we're on not only operating with Sky Sports, Sky Sports, but the YouTube and what's the other, Max? What else are we on? I don't know.
We're on everything. Yeah, we're on everything. If you can
Just
look
check
it
us
up,
out.
we'll be there.
Yeah. Just check it out, and you'll see the great legends of sports, all of those that helped make the game of sports what it is today. So,
Absolutely.
and that's
Say thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Tim, for hosting us here. And I want to let you know that I do have some photos that I can personalize the photos for you to give you an opportunity to take a picture if you'd like to take a picture of me.
You have shirts over there too?
Got shirts over there.
got some boxing cards too, don't you?
Got some boxing cards of me and Mike Tyson.
If somebody wants to
Photos of
take a
me and Mike
picture with you in
Tyson.
the belt, would you let them take a picture with you with the belt? You hold the belt, of course.
If they buy a photo from me.
All right, there you go. All right, that's a deal.
That's good.
Such a deal. All right, but
Okay.
oh,
We haven't been open 10 months, and we serve 90% of our population are veterans.
Oh, really?
So my dad was a veteran, my husband's dad was a veteran, who both unfortunately passed 23, 25 years ago. So thank you for what you do for the veterans. I have to say,
Oh,
we
Lord.
appreciate every bit of that. But yeah, so I would definitely like, oh, Lord. Stick something in my face. I would definitely like, just to thank you guys for what you do for the community and the veterans
Thank
as
you.
well. So,
We would,
yes, thank y'all.
yeah,
Thank
y'all
you.
come back now.
yes. Y'all come back now. You hear? Wasn't that a motto of some show or something? Right? Y'all now come back. You
Yeah,
hear?
that was
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies. That's
Beverly
right.
Hillbilly, yeah.
I should have known that. Okay, but thank you, Tiff, for your. First of all, I got to say, I met Tiff a month after I joined the Hampton Roads Chamber. I became a member. We had the next member meeting, and then all of a sudden I met Tiff and her husband Craig. By the way, he's not officially on the roster, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, if you need some A1 work on your home, as I like to say, from ceiling to floor, inside or out, Different Strokes Handyman and Paint Service right there. Craig Wynn's your guy, is your company.
Oh, yeah?
Give him a call. Yeoman work, but these two individuals from my family, they're currently taking care of my stepfather-in-law, and they took care of my mother-in-law before she passed. So, I walk a fine line between wanting to give testimonials and promoting them, but these are A-class people that we surround ourselves with, and so supporting, like you were talking about, Coach, those around us is what it's about. And being here, Tim, FFX Theater, listen, that was news that he made you heard it, Tim. We're coming back, so we're going to do more stuff here. FFX Theaters will be the home of what we do. So, yes.
No question, yeah.
Did you have a hand back there? We have another question back there, Tim, from Carlo's table.
Yes, and also want to thank you too for what y'all do for the veterans community, because it's important for us as veterans. Nikki, right here to my right, retired Chief, Navy. She was actually on the USS Cole in 2000 when it was bombed in
wow.
Yemen.
In Yemen.
So I'm sitting in a room full of legends and an actual survivor that was part of everything that started from the bombing on the Cole in 2000. You okay with that, Nikki? Okay. And then that transpired
Well, you've
into,
already started talking
Yeah.
about it. You should ask her before you start talking
I
about it.
I did. She just started looking at it. I was like, I'm going to keep going, Nikki. But I just want to, just what y'all do for the veterans, it means a lot to us, especially sitting next to someone that survived something that's so traumatic, that is documented in American history, that's transpired to the events in 9/11. So, round of applause to Nikki, please. Thank you guys for what y'all do for the veteran community.
Anything else in particular you want to make sure we're doing? Okay, just go good. Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Questions? Let's open up for any other questions. Right down here in front, Tim. We'll bring the microphone around. I know, he looks like the old Phil Donahue running around the studio over there.
Well, champ, as the first heavyweight world champ to have a college degree, I wondered if maybe having that degree was clearly helpful overall, but I wondered if your peers, the other boxers who maybe didn't have that, if they held that against you in any way, or if they admired you for that. How'd that work?
Was there any feeling that they had about you having that college degree too?
I think they hated me. But I didn't tell them to go to school. I didn't tell them not to go to school. So it wasn't my fault.
They chose that path, is what
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
People choose that You know, I wrote a book called Mad, Make a Decision. So people make a decision, most people do what they want to do when it's all said and done. They pretty much do what they want to do.
Yeah, for sure. If you weren't a boxer, what would you have done as a career? What would have been your other path if you didn't get into boxing?
A preacher.
Okay, well, you said you're a minister, right?
I'm
You're
already a
minister now?
preacher.
Okay.
I don't know.
So but that's what you've
I
achieved.
chose that. I
Right.
made a decision to do that. I just felt like I could go from knowing nothing about it to all the way to the top. And I just went to work, and I made it happen.
Well, you have a degree in business administration, so you
Yeah.
must have at that time had some
I
plan.
took care of business.
You took care of business. Yes, two enforcers, left and righty.
Yeah.
There's the two enforcers. Coach, what would you have done if you didn't play ball? What was your career path if you
I'd
didn't
have
go
been a
into
teacher. I would have.
teaching? What would you have taught?
My love was history.
Okay.
I'm very much of a historian.
So high school level probably for history or middle school?
I
they
love
really
kids.
teach
I like,
history
I
now?
like the young kids, man.
The young kids?
You make them more impact. You know?
Okay.
A good friend of mine, Clifford Ray,
Okay.
will be coming soon. He's a Hall of Famer from the Boston Celtics and the Warriors. He's got a tour going on called the Clifford Ray Goes to School. And he's touring the nation as well as over in England. And he'll be coming here too. So he did tell me he wants to be involved. He's on one of our project tours, that team projects that's coming up, that Sky Force here in Market. But he's
Another
going to
one.
all the elementary schools he can to give away books called Clifford Ray the Giant Goes to School. And it's a tremendous thing, but you can match this 7-foot guy coming through the door with little teeny kids like this, and they go crazy. Oh, you know.
Like kindergarten cop.
Yeah, but that's where it's all. We do a lot for high school kids,
Right.
because we only can care or give those kids that are serious about doing something.
Sure.
Can't change it, like Bone said.
Right.
But you can develop the minds in the kids from elementary school.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's where the impact is. You get them young, don't have a problem with it, get old.
That's right.
So that's pretty much it.
Right on.
You know, and we thank the station and Lockwood Media for giving us the opportunity to bring all
Sure.
these people here into it. I'm glad we met the councilman.
Absolutely. Yes.
He's really embedded into the community.
Councilman Cash Green, right?
Yes, is he still here?
Is he still here? Okay.
Okay. Please let him know that we're going to use him as a template and a point of reference, a proxy,
Okay.
to possibly do able to do some things that we want to do in Virginia Beach. Having
Right on.
someone that's spirited in what they do
Mm-hmm.
is far better than creating something on your own that you know that may not be appreciated.
Well, sure. Don't fix what ain't broken. If it's working and we got somebody's got a template, why not, right?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anybody else? Yeah, in the back. Oh, right here in front of me. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, this is for the champ. What would you tell a young boxer today if they were to receive a phone call like you got from Don King?
Right.
On a week's notice, don't take it.
Don't take it.
You know, it depends. I mean, if he could punch like me, take it. Because pretty much, I had the power to stop a fight anytime I want to stop it. And I did most of the time. And if he could punch, take it. I mean, because he could stop the fight first round just like I did.
Absolutely. Are we going to get a notification for ahead of time if Ray's going to be able to, when he's going to be able to join us? Who's on with Ray to let us know? Anybody? I just want to make sure that we'll know if he's able to come on or not. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Hopefully we'll get an indicator if Ray's able to join us. So, okay. I just wanted to make sure that that's, anybody else with any other questions? Oh, okay. Over there, and then we'll come to you. Turn on the mic, please. No, but it's not on.
My bad, it's on now.
Figure a TV person doesn't know how to turn the mic on.
Listen,
I
they
don't
give me a
know.
mic and I sing karaoke, so
Oh.
they don't normally turn it on for me. So
You sing
this
karaoke
one's
at all? You do?
this one's for the champ. Oh, what's your karaoke song?
No, he
champ?
doesn't sing
Oh, he does
karaoke.
not. Okay,
I confused them with the question.
With your massive haymaker punch, have you seen those punch things in like arcades where you can punch and see how much force is
powerful.
behind your punch? Have you ever been measured as to how much force is behind your punch?
No. No.
That's
You
actually,
want me to do it?
you know what arcade game she's talking about, where the punching bag is hanging down? Yes. It would say tilt. It would come up tilt. There's no error, right. Have you ever wondered, though, how much power your punch packs? I mean, I know you've punched people's ears from one side to the other. I get that. But, I mean, have you ever considered how strong your punch is?
No.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You got, well, actually, this is the best tell-all right here. It was strong enough to win the championship, right? I mean, that's all that really matters.
Right.
That's right, yeah, right. But that's a great, we ought to do it. Tim, get that machine in here for the next time we're here, will you please? Put that, Angie, put that on the to-do list, will you please? All right, we'll get that in here for the next time. That's a great question. All right, young man down here I saw a hand go up. What you got, sir? Tim will give you the mic. I feel like Phil Donahue all of a sudden.
Can you share how you came to know Christ and how your faith influenced the outlook on your boxing career?
I grew up in church. My mom and dad, grandmom, they believed in us going to Sunday school and church, and I did that, and I never really got away from it, but I got closer with it as I got older, and I started to realize that, life is, even we live to be 100, and I have some relatives that live to be 100. If we live to be 100, compared to eternity, 100 years is short. I mean, compared to eternity, and that's what kind of motivated me. I don't want to spend eternity in the wrong place, and I encourage people to think about that. Life is short. Eternity is a long time, and I want to spend eternity up there, not down there.
Thank you for your question. There's a question I ask on my podcast, and I don't know if I asked it to you a couple of weeks ago. The last crazy question is rather serious. When the day comes, that's going to be forever, it's going to be years down the line, when you are at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is standing there waiting to welcome you in, what are the words that you want to hear from the maitre d' say to you as they welcome you into the pearly gates?
Welcome.
There you go. Yeah. Coach, absolutely. Coach, same question to you. When the day comes, what is it you want to hear the maitre d' say to you, welcoming you into the pearly gates?
Good job.
Good job. There you go. Yeah. I saw the microphone handed off in the back.
Same question to you.
What? Same question to me?
Yeah.
Get to the back of the line is what they're going to tell me. You're the first person in all the years I've asked that question that's thrown it back at me. So, I believe the microphone's in the back.
Sure. This goes to the champ. You had mentioned your book, Mad. What inspired that? What inspired you to write that book? And was that your first book?
Yes. Well, when I thought about writing a book, I mean, I didn't know anything about writing a book, so I prayed. And I asked God to give me direction and to give me something that happens to everybody. And when I thought about it, I said, everybody get mad. And what you do after you get mad will determine how you're going to be looked upon for the rest of your life. So some people, when they get mad, they pick up a gun or a knife and they kill somebody. And they don't even think, in the heat of passion or whatever, they don't even think about it when they get mad. But I thought about it. I said, if I do the right thing, if I become champion of the world, people will want my autograph. They'll pay for my autograph. Hint, hint.
Read between the lines, folks.
So, and if you do the wrong thing, I mean, you be looked upon badly. I mean, you want to be remembered in a good way, or you want to be remembered in a bad way?
Right on. Good answer. You have another book planned? The way you said that, I only have one. Do you have another book in the works?
I'm supposed to be writing another book. But, it's hard. I mean, it's I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Question over there.
Yeah, Champ, you're amazing. Very very few times I've ever been in a room with a man bigger and a hands that scare me. My question to you is, being an ex-athlete, you know, I was friends with a lot of the guys that I played against and stuff like that. Was there anybody that you really just didn't care about, that they were just nasty, I don't know, cheap shots maybe, or something along those lines, that you really had a beef, that you really enjoyed beating?
I think his reactions might say it all. I mean,
Well,
just between
No.
us.
but you know, a lot of the times I looked at it, it's going to be them or me. One of us going to lose. Is it going to be me or them? And that's how I looked at it.
Right on. What's your brother's name again?
Huh?
What's your brother's name?
Anthony Craig
Anthony,
Smith.
where are you, Anthony? You're in the back. So I'm gonna challenge you. Well, we've got him on the spot. Is there a question you want to ask him that you've always wanted to ask but was afraid to ask?
There is one. The story goes, the day I was born, Bone was driving a school bus. Do you remember that, Champ? And I heard that you were not worried about me, you were worried about Mama. So that just proves the story that you're a mama's boy.
Oh, wow. Well, I'd like to say we'll be back, but I'm not sure anymore.
He made that up. Thank you, Craig. Thanks for being here, man.
Let's give him a round of applause for even trying that. Very good. Any other questions before? Yes, Amy down front.
Hello. I actually have a question for each of you. So, Coach, what would you say is the most difficult part of trying to train an athlete to compete?
Well, I coach in professional basketball and coaching. It's hard to train in professional basketball. You know, training goes into the younger ages. From up, then you have to really train. When you get up to professional ranks, you can't teach them. They don't train. What you got to do is make sure they folding into a system that you've designed to make the best out of their talents for your directives of what you want to do. So coaching in professional sports is more management. People don't realize that. It's how to manage egos. Because everybody got one. And you have to refine. It takes the time, and you become callous to a great degree, but you start realizing how to judge a guy ego to get the most out of him, that he could fit into a system for you to do your program. And that's pretty much. So I would say the hardest thing in coaching for me, the easiest part was training, trying to get into it, but of course developing it. But the hardest part in sports for me is coaching those that are at the apex of their game. And that is a hard thing to do, and not many can do it, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. And then, Champ, I have a question for you as well. So, is there anything that you would do, you know, when you're walking out, you know, to get ready to knock someone out with your super large hands? Is there anything that you would maybe like say to yourself, you know, to kind of just get yourself hype and ready to just go in and just, you know, murder?
Kill.
Kill.
Like Pavlov's dog, right?
Yeah. I tell you one
Yeah,
thing
what
that I
song
did
was
do,
that in?
that I really enjoyed being a part of LeBron James's upbringing. You know, when we were playing, my stepson Dominique Wilkins was still playing, along with Charles and Michael. That was that trifecta thing, and we were going on a trip to Youngstown to do a basketball camping clinic. I had just came back from overseas playing, and we saw it and said, "You got to go to Akron, man. They got us off the chart." He is 16 years old and plays like he's 24, and he was 6'7" when he was 15. So he became just a little over 6'10", and we saw him then, the honor, the reason why this kid is like he is, he was so humble. He listened. He looked in front of Kareem and listened to everything. Kareem told him about the importance of your brand, your name, how you handle yourself. That dictates your future. Dominique was telling him how to control himself and learning how to get a up-peak jumper and, of course, dunking. Michael told him how to stay under control, both mentally and utilizing what you got is called basketball IQ. Now, I can honestly say that young man listened to everything that the veterans said for him to be able to be playing at that peak of a game almost at 40. So I would say that those are the type of guys or young men that you can tell the intensity in our eyes, and they can always believe that they're going to pass it back and help someone else. And he's done a great job in Akron, the city of Akron. So it is a lot of them out here. But those are the ones that stick out because he didn't classify himself as a superstar. And many times he still said, I'm not a superstar. So he got that at an early age and appreciate, not trying to be too, he still got an ego though. Oh yeah. But, he's in that mode between him, my son Dominique, and Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley. Those probably were the more intense guys to listen. And also, they would never say, hey, you. They said, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and thank you. They never went off and said, oh, yeah, thanks, man. They were very polite, so those are the things that's out there you appreciate being a part of.
You look like you're leaning in for a question with the microphone in your hand.
I got a question, if you got time for one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, love all the stories you've shared. I'm just curious if this makes you think of either a boxing story or a personal story using the phrase, turn the other cheek.
What did I think about that term?
Story you think about. Is there a story that might tie into that phrase?
I didn't like that.
You didn't like the question?
I didn't like turning the other cheek in my profession.
Right.
You took it head on, no matter what.
Left ear, right ear.
That's good.
It was never turning the other cheek, it was moving the ear. That was how he changed the phrase. So I have a question for you. This is one I like to ask. Who's in the boxing realm for you, and then Coach, same question for you in the basketball. Who's your Mount Rushmore of boxers? If you put together your own Mount Rushmore.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Will Chamberlain.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 more. Mount Rushmore had 4 heads on it. Okay. You have 3 more people.
I'm going to let him go with that one.
I was going to say, would you let Ali would be the only person on your Mount
Did
Rushmore?
it have to be a heavyweight?
No, it could be anybody you want.
I like Ray Leonard.
Okay. It's your Mount Rushmore. You can put anybody on there you want.
And Joe Frazier.
Okay.
That's 3.
Okay. Even though Mount Rushmore had 4, I'll let you have 3 on your own Mount Rushmore. Coach, how about you? What's that? Yeah, no, you can't put yourself on your own Mount Rushmore. Well, that's true. If he wants to put, right, you can put yourself on there 4 times
Thank
if you want.
Thank you.
Traitor.
Me. Thank you.
Coach, how about you? Who else besides Will would you put on Mount Rushmore?
Will, Michael, and Sam Jones.
Okay. Very cool. Nice. All right. Who would you add to boxing for your own Mount Rushmore? He's got a 4th spot. Anybody throw a 4th person on there? Tyson? Okay. How about a 4th basketball person? Anybody? Doc? Okay.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah.
There you go.
I feel very remiss if I didn't say he was one of the top 3. Yeah.
Absolutely. Julius Erving.
Might see Doc here soon.
Would you say he had a better career with the Nets or the 76ers? Dr. J.
76ers.
76ers?
He created the sophisticated brand for the NBA.
Okay.
He was the official ambassador. He did more for Philly than he did for Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I want to shift to, we've thanked our sponsors, we've thanked Tim, but let's also thank Moe's Barbecue, the folks providing the food for tonight. Let's give them a round of applause.
Oh, my gracious, yeah.
Thank you, Moe's. My food came out just as we were about to get started, so mine is heating up in the back for when we're done. So I can't wait to have their food as well. So thank you to everybody there. Angie's on the backside back there. Thank you, Angie, as well. Taking all the orders. And then our soundboard queen, where is she back there? Making us all sound good.
Oh, yeah.
I want to just note that it's about 7:30. Do we have a read on Ray? Do we know how we can?
No, let's go.
Okay, so he's unable to join us. Okay, I just want to make sure that whether we will. So we'll have Ray come back. We'll arrange Ray for another time.
And thanks a lot to our producer, Rodney Minor.
Yeah, where's Rod? He's back there behind the camera over there. Absolutely.
Fine talent.
So I don't know if the weather, it looks still foggy. Is it still foggy out there? It is, okay. I want everybody to travel safely. So, you know, I want to throw it up for final thoughts. I mean, we can wrap a little bit early because I want people to schmooze with Champ. We've got his shirts, we've got stuff over there, and let's give some final thoughts. Coach, I want to turn it to you. How would you want to end tonight's live stream interview? Just throw some final thoughts out there for our audience.
From 5 years ago, I would never imagine that I would come back to Virginia to be a part of something that we're trying to do to really put this in a trajectory and be with a good team of media and bring all our legends to be able to be a part of something special by reinstituting something special for Virginia. So I'm going to do what I can to hold up my coaching end. And let Bone hold up his boxing end. We'll let some other people come in, but I'm glad to be able to be a pipeline for these guys.
Absolutely, yeah. and I'm honored to be part of that as well to help bring them forward.
Thank you to the team. Thank you for joining the team.
Champ, what final thoughts would you like to impart? Did you ever feel pressure going into a match besides a boxing match besides maybe the championship one? Was there ever any pressure for you?
Yeah.
To win? Obviously.
Not lose.
Not to not lose, which unfortunately we had a few in there, but I think you've done okay since that first match that you lost, I think.
Yes.
Yes. What are your final thoughts that you'd want to impart to the audience watching on live stream and to those here in attendance?
I enjoy coming to this area. I want to encourage everybody to be safe as you depart and look forward to coming back.
And
give yourself a hand.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming out tonight. What he's also not sharing with you, buy shirts and his autographs too. You know, we want to make sure that happens tonight as well. I just want to wrap up by saying thank you to those here in attendance. I want to say thank you to those watching on the stream. I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to plug the fact that Saturdays between 12:30 and 1:30 on Channel 4, Sky 4, is the voice of 757, where I just focus everything on Hampton Roads. Saturdays from 11 until 12 is my podcast, Aaron's Hour, from coast to coast, and Fridays from 12 to 1 is my Kiwanis Connect show. But the bottom line is my platform is available for everybody. If you have a story to tell, a business that you want to share, whatever the message is, I look forward to the opportunity to share it. Reach out to me. You can email me at aaron@thevoiceof757.com with your questions, thoughts, ideas for shows. Love the opportunity to share it, and I know that there's some big things coming down the pike with the partnership with Legends in Sports and Sky 4 and The Voice. So I'm very pleased to be part of the team, and I want to thank everybody for being part of this tonight. I always end every show that I do with a favorite saying, and that is very simply this: be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. Thank you for being part of tonight's show once again. Champ, thank you very much, and let's give Champ another round. Coach, and everybody behind. So with that, everybody, thank you very much. We'll see you next time from FFX Theater. Thank you for watching.